Orrington Old Home Week continues with story time.
Tuesday's activities included a teddy bear picnic and story hosted by the Orrington Public Library. Families gathered at a nearby gymnasium to hear the story, "We're Going on a Bear Hunt," read by an Orrington firefighter.
Some came with teddy bears in hand, while others brought their siblings or special friends. After the story, kids headed to the crafts table to decorate accessories like caps, sunglasses, and bandanas.
Becoming a career firefighter, it's, protecting life, property, things like that. But the opportunity to get people to see you firsthand, face to face, what kind of person you are. You're a funny person, you like to have a good time and teach people stuff and entertain kids. It's rewarding. It really makes it all worthwhile.
Old Home Week events continue for the rest of this week. You can find a full schedule at orringtonoldhomeweek.com.